Pilo,
Hey, we're here.
you can hear me.
Yeah. Well,
There's two parts to this. I can hear you, or three parts. If I can hear you, if you can hear me, and then if our guest in a minute can hear you.
yeah.
Hey, if you can't hear me, then you're gonna have to do a lot of the heavy lifting. I mean, like all of
Yeah.
the lifting, actually.
Buckle up. Yeah.
But no, let's not leave him back there too long. Let's go ahead and if you think all the buttons are working right, let's go ahead and hit the music and get to the show.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Top Talk. Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to another episode of To the Top Talk, brought to you by Yingling Flight. To the Top Talk is the original and longest-running Southern Miss podcast in the market. We are recording and also live this episode on
August the 25th.
from beautiful Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Here, as always, with your break from the high resource for propaganda to talk a little Southern Miss athletics. I'm your host, Jason Bailey, and joining me now, the one and only Patrick Lowry.
Hey.
I think we're more ready tonight. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe.
I'm straight in from the grill. Been on the grill over at Sacred Heart. Jack, my 10-year-old now, playing football, recovered a fumble tonight.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize that.
And so, yeah. And then I didn't think he was playing the next game, but the next game is sixth grade playing. He's playing that one too, so good for him. Today's episode is brought to you by Yingling Flight. Yingling Flight is a premium light beer brewed by DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, the oldest brewery in America. 95 calories, only 2.6 grams of carbs, 4.2% ABV per 12-ounce serving. Crisp, clean, refreshing taste, now available in 12-ounce slim cans and screw-top 16-ounce pints. Pick yourself up some Yingling Flight today. So what happened since the last time that we were live? I say recorded, but the last time that we were live, football season continues to get here. It's nearly here. The team's been getting after it out there. God bless them. It's so hot. We learned that Roberts Stadium is now Renaissance Stadium. Is that right? Is it Renaissance Stadium?
Yes, I believe so.
That's going to be pretty. We finally got some money coming in on that side. It's been hot. My son Jack turned 10 years old, and we have a big surprise for him at the end of the week. He knows we're going somewhere, and that's it.
Yeah.
I guess he's not here. You know what? I'm not going to say it. And we also agreed to be part of this Grassroots Sports Network. We'll have more info on that later in the show. Renovation plans were released for the Pete, and we booked an awesome guest.
And
breaking
news.
What's that?
This afternoon that the automated ball strike system has been approved for use. It's a good thing our guest might know something about that. So
wow,
we can.
That's the perfect time to have this guest for sure.
Yeah, a little Division
I don't know if there is a
D1
better-
baseball broke that this afternoon. So yeah, I have a lot of questions. I'm sure a lot of people do.
Getting to our guest, this man really needs no introduction as he is becoming the face of the university, really. Started off his coaching career at Delta State, made several stops along the way to Southern Miss, including La Tech, Arkansas State, and Jones Junior College. He also served as a pitching coach for Team USA, a collegiate national team, now entering into his 9th year at USM, I believe, and 3rd as head coach. Welcome to the show, Coach Oz, Coach Ostrander.
Hey, appreciate y'all having me.
Man, thank you so much for doing this. There's lots of universities out there where their coaches just wouldn't even entertain the idea of coming on with, a podcast like ours. It took us forever in order to crack through Jack Duggan, I think, but we 12 years in, I feel like we've made it. And so thank you for agreeing to do this, Coach.
Absolutely. It's always, an honor and privilege to talk about our program. So I'm all for it.
Cool. So first off, another school year has begun at Southern Miss. But how was your summer and how's the fam doing?
Yeah, great. The summer, it happens quick, when you get done and, obviously the end got here quicker than we wanted. And so you have to get through that. That took me a little time, but I'm a big boy and I can handle that and, hungry, ready for the next. But you got to jump right into the portal, right? That's what happened. I mean, immediately you got to get after it and you got to go. And I thought, my assistant coaches did a fabulous job of targeting the right people first to join this program and the specific needs of in regards to the offensive pieces. So had a great freshman class that was already coming. Then you added 4 portal hitters that we're excited about, and then added 2 junior college arms and to go with it. And you got what you got. And this is the upcoming 2027 Southern Miss baseball group, and we're really excited to get to work with them. But that's the portal and all that. Talk about family. Family's doing great. We actually moved my youngest daughter to UMC Medical School this summer. Very proud of her. Want to give her props. And my oldest daughter and her husband are down in New Orleans, and she's teaching away and loving life. And me and my wife are enjoying life as well. So all's good.
Very good. And you mentioned a lot of things that we want to dive into, player wise and coach wise and program wise. I think people at Southern Miss would probably just prefer that there is like a fall baseball season and a spring baseball season. If we could just do 2 of those, I think that would make our lives a lot happier around here. But I think we have to start off with, the plans for the Pete were finally, I don't know if they were leaked. I don't know how it happened, but I know that they're out there and we've seen the pictures. We've been waiting on them for a while. We know that it's coming. But I think we have to start there. I hope you can talk about some of that and just, what was your initial reaction? We just saw it. I'm sure you've seen it for a while, but what are your thoughts about that picture that the world saw this past week of what the Pete might look like?
Well, it's certainly exciting. It's this has been in the works for several years, to be honest with you. And just the conversations, the renderings, this, that. There's still a long way to go, right? There's a lot of money to be raised, for this project. But at the end of it all, I think it's something that I think the program's earned, through all the great players that's been here and great coaches that has got it to this point. I think it's the community, I think, deserves it, the support. And so it's very exciting with that. But it's, it got, call it leaked or whatnot. We knew that it was going to be at the IHL board this August. And that's public information, so you go from there. So I think, official, release will be coming at a time, designated by our administration, which I'm totally aboard with. So, just very excited about, what the future looks like, and, can't wait to, see that get rolling whenever that time comes.
Great. Pilo, before we get too much farther in, oh, wow, there it is right there. Look at you.
Wow. I'm on top of it,
That's why you make the big bucks. I tell you what, Pilo, before we move any further, would you like to explain to everyone how they can comment with maybe over the phone, but definitely through messaging?
Yeah, we're going to throw a banner up. We tried this last time. So if you want to call in, you'll go to this callme.rode.com, and there is a unique code up there that you can put in. And hopefully it'll work. I did test it before the show. It was working. So we will try it again this week. If not, you can always comment on whatever platform you're on, either Facebook, X, or YouTube, and we'll be able to throw that up. Our good friend, I think this is Mr. Rogers. So they've commented in, so we can throw it up like that. Everybody can see it. And so you can either get your comment in there, or we'll let this little banner scroll for a little bit to anybody who wants to call in.
And Coach, so how, significant is this project? Not just for the baseball program, but for probably like Southern Miss athletics and even the Hattiesburg community. I think if it ends up anywhere like the renderings look like, we're already proud of the Pete, but this is just kind of taking it to a next level. So, how significant in your eyes would be that renovation to resemble anything about of what it looks like on the renderings?
Yeah, I just think it's keep pushing forward, right? What's next? We've done a lot with what we have, and it's beautiful. It's an awesome atmosphere, one of the best in the nation, and that's well documented. So now you get to take that whole package and kind of put it on steroids, if you will, whatever, give it that adrenaline shot, and to where it's even more inviting to fans. It's even more inviting to community. It's even more inviting to students and stuff. And with that goes going to be even more inviting to recruits, and that's the name of the game. And we're playing it well, right now. We have been. This program's been doing that for a long time. So, to be able to have something new like that coming down the pipe, man, that's really exciting. It creates even more expectations, in which we love, right? But we're not going to shy away from that. And we just, because we all have the ultimate goal in sight, and that's what we're pursuing.
I don't know, Coach. I don't know if the expectations can get much higher. With everybody, but it's great, man. It's so great to go into every single season, thinking. I mean, we are a legitimate, top. I mean, at worst, top 20 team in the country. Before the season, and at best, maybe the best team in the country. So it's nice to be able to be able to say that without just having to be fanboy, right? It's facts, prove it. So it's cool. It's very good.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not lip service when you're meeting with recruits and families, and you talk about those things and what our expectations are and what the realistic expectations are. It's very comforting to be able to say that is a goal. I mean, everybody's saying it. The 300 teams in the country are saying those things, but only so many really have true opportunities to do it. But in this day and age, you're seeing things to where college baseball is in a good place, to where you can have great stories, emerge. You get hot at the right time. You do this, whatever. Good things can follow. But I kind of equate it to this. This program has been getting off really good swings for the last, you count how many years. And if you keep getting off a good enough swing consistently, you're going to like the outcome at some point too, which we got a lot of things we should be proud of that's been accomplished here. But obviously we all are greedy. We want more. We want as much as we can and stuff. And that's the fun chase. That's the fun part of it. But first and foremost, it's about winning game one and then winning a regular season championship, a conference tournament championship, any championship they put in front of us. That's our goal.
Yeah. Love it.
So circling back to, the future of the Pete, and how much input did the baseball program, your staff, you guys have, as far as the planning process, what you felt was important to be incorporated in the renovation, stuff like that?
A tremendous amount. Very, very fortunate to have been, in those rooms, meeting with Jeremy McLean and architects and the group that's doing this, that, whatever, whoever it might be, and just kind of getting input put in there and stuff. Certainly there was things that there's still I's to dot and T's to cross, about, filling spaces when that time comes. But I think the overall complex of everything, they've done it right. And again, I don't think the public realizes quite yet, how nice this can be, and stuff. And I think that will come when there's official releases and stuff like that, but to see even more. But again, there's a lot left to do to make this a reality. But, I guarantee I believe in this community, this fan base, and the supporters and stuff, and what it's going to take to get this done. I really believe wholeheartedly that that will happen.
One of the things that makes the Pete special, I think, is that it really just doesn't feel like another college baseball stadium. We have so many people, whether it's fans or parents of other teams that make it early out to the Roost, they just can't believe it, right? It's just they don't know where to start. Whether it's the bike hanging in the tree or the John Adams and them treehouse down on the end, or just, that it's packed out, the 16-ounce lounge. There's so much to it. How do you make sure that these renovations improve the facility, but don't lose the personality?
I think that's probably was the toughest task with this. It's easy to work on, your grandstands and your seat and your chair backs and, suites and stuff like that. And indoor facility, but I think the delicate part is that Roost, is what the 16-ounce lounge has become, in the last several years. And so how do you make that even better? How do you make that even more? How do you provide even more Anytime there's change, there's going to be you're going to have to adapt to some stuff, right? But I think they hit the nail on the head. I'll be honest with you. I think everybody's going to be sure. There's going to be some that aren't going to be happy with some certain things, but I think whenever that time comes and it's shown or it's done or whatever, and you stand back and look back on it, you're going to go, wow, this is still unique and special, just like it is now. But now it's just a little more modern. It's a little more brick and mortar, whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that. So I got to believe that everybody involved, that sits out in that roost or 16-ounce lounge and all that stuff. Whenever that day comes and it's the new Pete's, done, and they're going to sit up there and look at it and go, man, this is really nice.
For sure. How important are those improvements to, player facilities, recruiting spaces, training areas when you're competing for players against other schools in the nearby area, in the Sun Belt and other conferences?
I mean, it's there. It's there. Again, I've been here now. This is actually my 10th year. Got here 10 years ago, and so been through a lot of recruiting cycles and stuff, and it was always something that you wish you could have shown a little more of something here, there, or whatever. But this program did fabulous with what we had, and still do. So, but to be able to have some of that stuff and talk about pitching labs, talk about offensive area where you could have some more technology, utilize and stuff. That's going to be big. Now you got to use it right. You can't just have it and let it be all shiny and pretty and not, take advantage of it. So we would look forward to that. That's something that's the next, and not to mention that maybe, feeding space or meeting space for your players and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of things that could be coming that we're going to benefit from because of this project.
Feeding space and meeting space. That sounds like a podcast by itself, right there.
Yeah.
Hey, has there been any comments roll in?
Yeah, we did have a couple. Here's a good one to kick it off. Fat Eagle for life. Who is the better outdoorsman? Coach O, Coach Barry.
Unless y'all answer that.
Well, Oz is sitting right there, but I think I'm going to go. I got to go Oz because he's right there. But 40 would be a very close second. How about that?
Well,
I mean, I'm going out.
Who you go? I'm sorry, Pilo.
I'm going to go Coach O just because of that shirt. I mean, that shirt is just.
Yeah, you like that?
It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, Coach Barry started this design years ago, so we're just carrying it on in different colors and stuff. But the guys love it, and it's kind of who we are. It's kind of that blue collar, whatever. And we got a lot of guys on the team that love to get in the outdoors too, and I certainly do. That's my passion. I'm not a golfer. I'm not any of that. Coach Barry's an avid outdoorsman, and like a brother to me. We share the woods. We share hunting camps together a lot. So it's a lot of fun. But I'm going to have to go ahead and say I love Coach Barry. He knows how much I love him, but I got to go up there. I think I'm going to win that one right there. With deer hunting. Now turkey hunting, it's all him. But deer hunting, I'm going to take that. Bass fishing, me and him we're neck and neck. We both love to get in that boat together.
Oh yeah,
very good.
That's my speed.
Any other comments, Pilo?
Yeah. There's one about the ABS that we kind of talked about in the intro.
Okay. From Kevin.
Yep.
This could be from Kevin. Could also be from Amy. They make this. They both see the exact same amount of games and practices and everything.
Yep.
Coach, can you see that? Well, I said, what about automated ball strike challenge system? Will USM have this next season after today's new ruling?
We will certainly have it if we're going to be playing with it next year in the postseason. If that's going to be happen in the postseason, then definitely, we're going to do what we have to do that. I think there's still some uncertainty with that. I think it could be more of an experimental year, according to what Jeremy McLean has talked to me about. We're ready. We're ready. We're going to jump if it's something that that they say that, hey, postseason play, we're going to be utilizing this, and we'll do it. We actually have a head baseball coaches conference meeting tomorrow, Zoom tomorrow, and I'm sure this will be a topic that will be pretty prevalent with it too. So we're ready for it's coming. And it's coming.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. So, but we'll be ready for it and make sure that we're not, missing the mark by not doing it, when we need to do it.
I want to get into the new players we have coming in and new coaches that are now on staff. But before we do that, is there a way yet that people can kind of help get the ball rolling? Not that the ball's not rolling on the renovation project, but as far as adding specific funding to that, is there a way that to donate to that project specifically?
That's above my pay grade, with that, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. Obviously, I know it's going to be a big undertaking, and I'm sure that information, will come when it's ready to be official, in public.
So, shifting gears to the team that you're building right now, some significant departures, right? Russo, Colby, Urban, Higdon, Sibley, Morrison. Seems like some more. Anyway, how do you approach replacing players who were so important pieces of the program, just not only last year, through the years?
Yeah, well, it's an every year deal. It's an every year deal. You look up and you go, my gosh, you can't even imagine, looking at a year without those guys here and stuff. So it's every year you feel that way. And honestly, in this day and age with the portal, you can go and try to be specific with some of your needs, right? And I think we've done that well over the years. I think we've been very systematic, hasn't been excessive, been very specific. And I think we've averaged no more than 4 per any given year. That's our model. But and the other side of it, it's a big high school class. And we have some high school kids, some true freshmen that are here that are going to be biting at the heels of some of these guys saying, hey, I'm coming for your job. I'm going to, my time's coming, but it might happen sooner rather than later. So you got some young talent that's going to be ready. And especially with the new rule playing 5 for 5, you don't have to worry about burning a year, red shirts out. So it really, I'm excited about that, so it's like, hey, you're going to get your opportunity. And then you have guys that are just ready to take the next step as well. Very fortunate to have a pitching staff where you're actually returning 3 of your weekend arms. That hadn't happened since I've been here. I've had 2 returning, but not 3. And, and then you added, just like what you have coming back in the bullpen. You like what you've added with the JUCO arms. You love your freshman arms. You love the guys that were freshmen last year. So just a lot of competition is really kind of built up. And it's going to be a fun fall to watch it unfold.
I can't wait. Also you've added, some coaching positions as well. Cheesebro, Dickerson, Ladd Rhodes getting promoted. Kind of walk us through those.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm so happy for Travis Creel and his family and for the opportunity he got that he earned. He's a dear friend of mine. We've been together a long time, and I thought he did a phenomenal job here and got a great opportunity. I wish them the best. So, yeah, obviously that opened a void where you got a hitting coach spot open, you got an infield coach, whatever. And it was a no-brainer for me. Ladd's ready. It's his turn. He's up. He's ready. I know Ladd to the core. He knows me to the core. And, he's got a strong voice, got a lot of conviction, a lot of the ability to connect with these guys. They love him. And look forward to watching him, lead this group of hitters and take ownership of that. So once I decided that, then, right now, Ladd was our recruiting coordinator, did a phenomenal job of that. So now you need to make sure you're covered there. Kyle Cheesebro, he was on my short list from day one. I really slow played that process, that hire. One reason I was on my anniversary trip. So when it all went public and got bombarded, but the other, I wanted to get it right. And I only reached out to, I think, to really two, maybe 3 people in this whole thing, and had a lot more coming in wanting to, but once I defined what I was looking for as a no-brainer, Cheese is a well-respected baseball guy. I mean, period. Was a great player. Coached at Louisville, coached at Indiana, Mississippi State. Spent last year at Houston. Knew who he was. And for me, it wasn't about X's and O's match, about the right fit, bringing in the right human being, because our culture is so strong. We talk about it all the time with our players. Well, if you feel that way with your players, you better feel that way with your coaches too, right? And so it did. It felt good. And the biggest thing that stood out to me is Cheese repeatedly, day one when it broke, said, Oz, I want that job. I want that job. So which meant a lot to me. So that was a no-brainer. And then you kind of go to the infield part. Cheese is going to help with the infield, be kind of infield coordinator. Then you got a guy, Dustin Dickerson, that reached out, was ready to maybe give up the pro ball venture and get back, loves Southern Miss, loves coaching and on all that stuff. And it was a no-brainer, man, to get him back. And he's done a great job since he's been here. And, Braden Luke, who was with us last year, got a great opportunity to go be a hitting coach at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College in a full-time role. So I was happy for him. Yeah. So, it worked out, man. Just very fortunate. We got a great group, of coaches that are, we all, get along and got harmony and ready to attack it and go to work.
Yeah, we're going to bounce back to one question. I'll throw it up here. Sam Landrum asked, what arm stayed in Hattiesburg over the summer and worked with Coach Oz?
Well, a bunch of them, with Coach Leger too. Coach Leger, he doesn't get enough credit, man. That guy's, he's a stud. He really is. I think we're a really good complementary pair for these guys. And I don't say that arrogantly by any means. He's got a little bit of younger, connection with them, right? Younger age connection, tech savvy, understands the dynamics, the metrics of the technology and stuff, and integrating that. I could learn it. I don't really want to, not the point I'm at in my career. I'm more of the old school, the what, the why, the how, and, the mentality part and stuff. So it's a really good blend. So, but man, we had a bunch. We had, several of our guys that were freshmen last year stayed and worked with us before they went up to the Cape. We had our new guys came in, Drew Harrison, Luke Williams came in. They did work with us. Drew came in, did some work before he went to the Cape. Graydon, Sonny, Cam, all their prep, getting ready for Team USA invite. We're here. Crabtree was here the whole time. Ox here the whole time. I mean, it's a bunch of them, and and that's and then all the freshmen were here. Because the freshmen are here for 6 weeks. So it's kind of going to that. Fewer going off to play, more staying at home, training with Coach Mack, who's phenomenal. Plus us getting out there and having some one-on-ones in a time period where you're not worried about getting outs. It's just about growing and learning. So it's paid a lot of dividends over the last several years for us doing that. Some guys really took off. I think of JB Middleton's. I think of Sonny last, summer before last year doing that. And so I think you're going to see that trend continue.
Hey, and we won't keep you too much terribly longer, Coach, but I think we have to talk about last season just a little bit. I mean, had a great season, right? People just kind of remember like the abrupt end, I think, but just 44-17. Sunbelt regular season title, Sunbelt tournament title, host set of regionals, the number 9 overall seed. And looking back at some of these highlights last season, I mean, I'm thinking about just hammered Bama at home, beat State, the Dre Barrett walk-off in Montgomery. Just looking back on last season, just, can you just kind of put a bow on that and just tell your thoughts, just looking back on how the season went?
Sure. I mean, to me, it's we've created the monster with the expectations, and that's a blessing, and the way the season ended hurt. Oh my gosh, it hurt. That was frustrating because there was so much success, so much achieved through those first 59 games, and then the last 2 shouldn't define the whole 61, right? And it doesn't. But it was hard for me to get through that. I don't celebrate the successes. I don't allow myself to enjoy that. And I sure needed to find strength to not let myself get so frustrated with the way we ended, because honestly, I wouldn't have done anything different. I mean, that's the honest truth. It was, you had your guys where you wanted to have your guys, and baseball's beautiful and it's cruel. And, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But like I said before, if you keep getting off good swings, you keep doing those things, and this program's done it. In the last 5 years alone, I spoke to a group in Houston a couple of weeks ago, alumni event, And I said, the last 5 years alone, this program, a non-Power 4, has hosted three regionals. This program, this in the last 5 years, this non-Power 5 program has hosted 2 supers. In the last 5 years, this program has won 5 conference championships, 2 regular season, 3 conference tournament. This program's also had a national seed. Just been nationally ranked from the start to the end of a year. That's a lot to celebrate. That's a whole lot to celebrate.
You're right.
But what's beautiful about it is something to celebrate, but what's next? We want more. We want to try to achieve the ultimate, and it's hard to do. It really is. And but you know what? I wouldn't want it any other way. Proud to wear this USM. Proud to do those things. And last year, those guys achieved a lot. And I'll be honest with you, they might have exceeded some expectations that I might have had too. I'll be honest with you. But it was a really, really great group of young men. We had to walk a thin line. We had to stay healthy. To stay healthy because the depth wasn't there, but they did it. We had some pitching really step up and where we needed it. And it was a fun group. And it was a group that did a great job of furthering the culture, setting it up for this group to, hey, let's take it to another step. Let's take it to another area, to another category if we can. And that's what we're working on right now. It's already started. So we can't wait, for this journey to see how it all unfolds.
Very good. Pilo, that is fantastic. I tell you what, Coach, we have a segment here called the Quick Hitters segment. It's kind of how we always end our interviews. Pilo is going to play some music. It's kind of like a game show. We'll ask you some goofy questions. There's about 10 of them. You can answer it in one word or one sentence or however you want to do it. It's the Oz show. So if you're good with that, Pilo, would you go ahead?
Yeah, let me throw up this one comment we just had come in. I wanted Coach Oz to see that, and then we'll go to the quick hitters. This was from at quarterback Matt. Enjoyed coming out to the Pete for the first time from Omaha, and us at Game Changers Omaha. Support y'all here in the College World Series backyard. Been watching several years. Great young men.
Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate those words, and that means a lot to us. And there's nothing more we want than you guys to feel the full force of this Black and Gold Nation coming to Omaha. So we're going to do it. We'll get there. I have no doubt in my mind.
Coach, I'll tell you this before we hit the music, Pilo. I've made friends with some scouts that came in several years ago, or maybe it was a conference tournament at the time, or whatever it was, and they still call. Like every year, they text me or something like, "Hey man, I hope I get back to the Pete this year. Nowhere like it." Whether they're out in California or whatever, they're like, "Look, you don't understand. We'll go to a UCLA game. There's 350 people there." Said nobody has, like hardly anybody has what you guys have, and they love it, man. And I dig that, right?
No, it's special.
Something we can hang our hat on.
It is, and I can't. Every chance I get, I want to thank the fans, thank the community, thank the people that show up, thank y'all, thank the folks that love the program and that show up, and because it makes it so special. And part of this retention thing we talk about, right, in this day and age, it's a big factor. It's a huge factor, and it makes a difference. So it means more than anybody could envision, man. And we all appreciate it greatly. And I promise we talk about it religiously with our players.
That's great.
Awesome.
Pilo, let's hit the music and let's get Coach Oz on his way as soon as we can. Coach, this is the Quick Hitters segment. Pilo, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll do it. Grunge or country?
Oh, that's easy. Grunge.
You can tell that by the pre-game music.
Yeah, there you go.
Favorite baseball movie?
For love of the game.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Billy Chappell. Clear the Mechanism.
Amen.
Yeah.
Most underrated part of coaching at Southern Miss?
Most underrated part of coaching at Southern Miss. God, there's so many. Most underrated is just getting to see Coach Denson and Coach Barry walk through that office, pretty much daily and get to spend time with them.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Best part about playing at home at the Pete?
100% the crowd. I mean, the atmosphere, the vibes, the rouge, the lounge, the music, right?
Love that. Go to date night spot in Hattiesburg.
Well, my wife's over there. She'll probably hear me, and she loves it. So I got to say Cabela's. She loves that place.
Ooh, Midtown,
solid.
Midtown, Pilo.
Yeah, I hear
Golf cart ride away. Peanuts or sunflower seeds?
What field am I on? Where am I at?
you. Not at the Pete.
Yeah,
No
not at
seeds
the
at the
peak. Neither at
Pete.
the peak. I'd probably go with sunflower seeds.
Funniest player you've ever coached?
Yeah, prankster.
Funniest player I've ever coached. I'm gonna have to say, some folks remember was Isaiah Rhodes. Y'all remember that name?
Yeah.
Side armor. That dude was something, man. He could lick his elbows. He was really he was funny. We enjoyed Isaiah. He was a great young man.
If you were not a coach, what would you be?
Cool. If I was not a coach, I'd probably be a meteorologist because I love the weather.
Yes. Man, that's such a man, I knew I liked Coach Oz. All right. Anywhere Southern Miss hasn't played yet that you want to play one day?
I would love to go to Bluebell Park at A&M. I think that environment would be a lot of fun. I think there or I'll stick with that one. I'll stay with that one.
Awesome.
Very good. Last one, Coach. I know you said you weren't very tech savvy, but you have a phone. So the rule is you can only keep 3 apps on your phone, and they have to be downloaded apps. So it can't be like text message or anything like that. What 3 apps are you keeping?
Okay, that's very easy for me. My weather app, my Spotify app, and my Hunt app. So that's pretty easy.
There it is.
I mean, it's such a personality quiz. That's awesome.
That is
love it.
fantastic. Fantastic stuff there. Coach, thank you so much. I mean, but on your way out the door, is there anything that you would like to tell the Golden Eagle faithful out there today?
No, just thank you for all your support, every year, and I know this year's not going to be any different. There's not a doubt in our minds that you're going to like the product that we put out there. These are going to be some high quality young men that are going to get after it and represent. And they know when they put the pinstripes on a Friday night at the Pete, they got an obligation to do. So they know it well. And we look forward to the journey and, appreciate all the support. So thank you.
Awesome. Coach, thank you so much. And before we get out of here, let's get a big Southern Miss.
To the top.
Awesome. All right,
Thanks,
Coach, you can
Coach.
shut her down and we will finish it
thank
out.
you.
Thank you so much. There he goes. Slammed it like a man,
I mean, he did.
like a boss.
He's like, I'm out
A lot of people, they sit there for a while and think you're trying to find the button or whatever. He's just like a closer, you know? You want to hit a 30-second break?
Yeah,
and then,
let's hit a
come
break
back?
and we'll be right back, everybody.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Here we are.
So I don't know if anybody's tried to do that phone thing yet, but
Yeah, I need
Pilo,
somebody to call in.
go
Somebody
through
call
that
in.
maybe one more time. Put
Yeah,
that
let me
banner
throw it
up.
back up there. Somebody give us a call tonight.
Coach Oz
See if
is
this-
gone now, but basically we need to see if this thing works. Try it. If it doesn't work, we're getting closer to football season here, and after every single game, we're going to try to do this. Have a call-in show, a reaction show immediately after the game. So we have to figure out whether it works or not. I know that Kevin tried to call in last week, and it did not. So here we are again. We've tried it. We've done all of the tests that they say to do, and it works every time until we go live, which has only happened once. So tonight is the second time. So Pilo, explain how to do that once more, real quick.
Yeah, so up here at the top, you'll see that banner scrolling that says callme.rode.com. Go there, and it'll get you to enter in a code. Enter in M5MVJ8, and put in your name, and then it should give us a call, and we should be able to put you on the air.
I mentioned in the open that kind of in a partnership with a new website now. It's called Grassroots Mississippi. So, not that we still don't. I'm still a member of 24/7 Sports, right? I go and read Glenn's all of Glenn's stuff, but they just approached us. They're starting a similar website, I think, focused on Michigan State and Southern Miss. So, we're part of it, and they asked us to be the podcast part of that for, or at least representing the Southern Miss part of that. So it's Grassroots Mississippi. It's your premier destination for comprehensive coverage of Mississippi college sports. We bring you in-depth reporting, breaking news, analysis, and insider information on the state's 3 major collegiate athletic programs. So it's at www.grassrootsms.com. The website's nearly completed, I think, but it looks pretty cool. And, maybe it'll get some more eyeballs onto the Top Talk throughout the state of Mississippi. You never know. Anyway, good dudes running the thing, and go check it out when you get a chance. You're grinning.
All right. I believe we have our first caller on. Caller, go ahead.
Hello.
That's
Can
Kevin.
you hear that?
I hear him.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's working.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Kevin, have you got the new camper yet?
I leave this weekend to go pick it up.
So Pilo, I ran into Kevin the other day, and he's trading in the old camper that has to be pulled by that gigantic dually for one that's just by itself. So he'll be able to go to all the games and all of that. Yeah.
Well,
Kevin?
Amy picked it out. Amy picked it out. It's actually black and gold colors. So I had picked out a different model with things I like. And Amy's like, we're getting this one because it's black and gold.
Hey. Yeah.
That's why you put a ring on it, my man.
Well, she's smart. She's the smart one. But here's a funny story. So I text, you guys know I'm good friends with Tom Urban, Joey did. So I text Tom Urban and said, "Hey, I'm coming to Florida, pretty close to your way to pick up this RV this weekend." And kind of, trying to be like a baller. And so today he texts me, he went and bought, he's like midlife crisis. He went and bought a 2027 loaded out solid black Corvette. I'm like,
wow.
You just one up me there, Mr. Tom Urban. I said, "You let Joey drive it yet?" He said Joey was home for the weekend from training and stuff, and he said Joey actually went with him to buy it. And I'm like, well, must be nice. I said, well, my RV has a bigger engine. I get 9 miles a gallon.
That's awesome.
Y'all could have like your own Smokey and the Bandit thing going on there.
Well, that's what I said. I said, can we pull your Corvette? Can we pull your Corvette behind my RV and we'll just go, we'll take off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. I just want to test it out. I get in trouble with the wife if I say too much. She was like, "Don't comment too much when Oz is on."
Well, no, we appreciate you jumping on and testing it out with us. So
yeah, we need Amy calling in too.
She's on the couch. She's just looking at me. She's like, nope. You'll have to talk to her PR rep to get her online one day.
I understand.
All right.
We'll have our people talk to y'all's people.
All right. Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye.
Well, good. It works.
Hey.
Okay.
We're in business.
So now we can advertise these things instead of just, coming out of the blue with a live episode. But I would like to also remind everybody that even though we're live, we'd like to thank our title sponsor once again. And remind you that Yingling Flight is available in 12-ounce slim cans and screw top 16-ounce pints at most retailers. Buy yourself some Yingling Flight today and tell us how it is. It's very good.
I think we have another caller.
If we do, then patch them on through, Pilo.
All right, I believe you're live.
Hey guys,
Hey.
this is Wayne Bailey.
Oh, that's my dad. I noticed number one because he's my dad. Number two, because I can hear the echoes in the back.
Oh, let me cut the volume down here. hey, good. I just want to tell y'all that Coach Oz is awesome, man. He's gonna be around a while.
He's the best. Yeah, it's not a bad thing to have arguably the best pitching coach in the nation collegiately. Coaching your team up every single year, right? So not only that, he talks about other coaches that fit when he's going out. There's applications coming in left and right to fill the departure of Creel. But Oz just fits, right? He fits what we're doing here. He's I don't want to say nobody has there's not a price out there that wouldn't intrigue somebody, because everybody's got a price, I would think. But for a guy like Oz, it would have to take just so much. He would be giving up, in his eyes and our eyes as fans, I think, so much to just chase a paycheck, right? So not that he doesn't make a lot of money, but there will be temptations out there, and it's nice to know that he values a little bit more than just simply the dollar. Is that a fair thing to say?
100%. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
Dad,
I mean, you can
right.
tell it's ingrained into the program. And I believe he popped off. He just really wanted to say, Coach Oz is awesome, and he pieced out on us. But
well, and
calling.
I tell you this too. So Coach Oz, Delta State great. Wayne Bailey, Delta State Hall of Famer. What?
Nice.
Here's the deal about that. So my dad, this is way back when I was in college. Let's say this is 1999, 2000, somewhere in there. And I'm on the computers were still fairly new at that point. So anyway, I'm on my humongous desktop computer in the frat house, and I just happened to Google my dad's name or whatever it was at the time. It wasn't Google. Ask Jeeves or something. I don't know what it was back then, but So, and I did that with my dad's name, and the first thing that popped up was Delta State Hall of Fame. So I click it, and it was from the previous year. So I'm like, the induction. I'm like, I don't remember this at all. So I called him. I said, "Hey man, did you get inducted into the Delta State Hall of Fame?" He's like, "Man, they sent me some kind of email about that, but I was playing golf that day." I'm like,
That's awesome.
Of course. So anyway, Delta State.
Hey, I want to, before we finish up, I want to throw these renderings back up there. Let me stop this banner.
Okay, let's take a peek.
Throw it
Yeah,
back up there.
let's see your thoughts on these, Pilo.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in here. Like if you really kind of spend some time with it. Obviously, I know like this new courtyard area and the ticket area. Kind of at the main entrance, I guess. Before there's two entrances there. You kind of had the Roost entrance, and then you had the main entrance.
Well, I think we've always thought that the corner down here, all the way down the right field line, by the Catholic Church,
where the gate is.
that corner should be where you pull in to go to the Roost. I mean, it just makes more, and there's a gate already there. I think it's really weird that we don't utilize it. So it's nice to know that's a part.
And the entrance that we were using for the Roost feels more like a main entrance than the other entrance.
It gives a front door, which hopefully the basketball arena.
You're right there at the field. It's the prettiest angle of the whole field.
Right.
And man, I really love what we did down the left field line. Like,
uses the space well, gives you a chance to, hang out while you're standing up. A little walkability, right? It's
Yeah.
something that a lot of the other parks that we travel to, they have this walkability behind, like we're kind of like not in somebody's way while you're walking,
Yeah.
right? And I think that left field side over there gives that to you. And also, Pilo, it doesn't, at least as far as the renderings go, it doesn't add so many seats to where you're going to look empty most of the year until the
Yeah.
postseason gets there, and then you fill it up, right?
Right.
So I think that is still going to have that fear of missing out. So you're going to buy the season tickets. They're going to continue to sell out. The moving the hitting facility over to kind of like the backside of the roost, or maybe the edge of the parking lot, however you want to look at it, right there, makes a ton of sense. All of it makes a ton of sense. I don't know if it's all going to happen and look exactly like it does in these renderings. The little field behind center field.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't know if there's enough room for that. We sit
yeah,
very near that area.
I think it can happen. I think it can happen.
But that would make a lot of sense, and would keep a lot of balls off of the field that are fouled off. A lot of people think like, man, why aren't you controlling those kids down there? They're just throwing stuff on the field. That rarely happens. It's normally a fouled ball, right? They swing and hit 700 balls during the game, and 3 of them get fouled back. It's just, and then we shut it down. We give them 3 times, and we shut it down. So if that does work out, then man, and if it could be, if there's a GA or something down there, kind of corralling the kids, right, on this little field, that would be fantastic as well.
Well, too, you have this left field landing, area, and if our bullpen stays, and I'm assuming, I don't know. I think there could be a possibility where we potentially switch dugouts. I don't know, maybe not. If we don't, obviously our bullpen would be down at this very end, and you could have fans that kind of like a major league where you can kind of see down into the bullpen down by that left field lane, which is a neat concept. And on this top image, you have the chain link see-through fence there for the roost.
We've talked about that for so long.
Yes, I think it's
for me. It was when we went to the Auburn Regional.
Yep.
And I saw the people just sitting in their lawn chairs outside of the right center field.
Yep.
There's a huge area right there. And for us, where we sit in the roost, it would be so great just to be able to walk right down to that fence, right?
Yep.
And when we say chain link, we're not talking about, Candlestick Park when Will Clark played there. We're talking about this nice chain link fence.
Yes.
Right? There's still some padding involved on the top and on the bottom, and there's that thicker rubber coated, whatever it is.
Rubber coated,
chain
yeah.
link. Yeah. So,
Well, and too, I think my request, which I think this rendering is awesome, but there's 2 things I want to see. One, I want to see from the left field landing, and I'm sure this will happen when it gets released. This new left field landing, looking back toward the new facility, so the opposite direction that we're looking. I want to see that angle to look back at what this roost looks like. Because I think in a perfect world, obviously you're going to have the vehicles pulled forward. So all your traffic is going to be, all the people walking will be now behind all of the people that are in the roost.
which makes sense.
Which makes sense. But in front of those cars, I think you have a little bit of a terraced step down where you can cram more people in your spot. And so
Sure.
that's just, the little details that will get ironed out. But I think it's so exciting. And it fires me up.
Yeah, nice to know that's happening for sure. And that first base dugout thing, that was actually one of the questions that came from the Discord group. There's a couple questions, there are actually 3 questions that popped up in our Discord group. But I told Coach Oz 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were at like 38. And I was like, I got to jump to the quick hitters, so.
Yeah.
So that was it. There are a few other things that have happened this week before we shut it down. I know we're coming up on an hour here. Football scrimmage was this past weekend. It sounds like the defense had a good day over the offense. I'm getting most of what I did not go to it, so I know we're with grassroots, but I'm still a big proponent of 24/7 sports in Glenn Dyer. and he does fantastic work over there. So from what I read, not giving away his information, but Stephen Robinson, a running back, looked really good. Ethan Hampton still nursing a thumb injury, so Landry Liddy got a lot of the snaps there. The verdict is so far still out, right? But it's just a roster full of brand new guys. So, what can the expectation level be? It's just there's so much unknown, like literal unknown, right? That I don't know what the expectations can possibly be going into the season. But here it is. When's our first game? Today is August 25th. Is it 2 weeks or 1 week?
September the 2nd or 3rd or whatever that
That's
day
1 week.
is.
We play next week. Is that right?
Yeah, because I think there's week 0. There are games this weekend, so week 1 would be next week.
There you go. Alcorn State, if I'm not mistaken. So, we'll see. I guess right off the bat, kind of who's taking those snaps. I mean, that's a bad time for your possible starting quarterback to have a throwing in injury.
Okay, hello.
I thought you were playing us some sad music there, but it was like a Outback ad.
Yeah, it was actually Burger King. Hello, I did. Shout out BK.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Burger King.
Yeah, the
Taylor
5th,
Park.
Saturday the 5th.
Okay.
So I
Very
guess
good.
we have.
Yeah,
that's right.
We can
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Roberts Stadium now Renaissance. $14 million over a decade, I think, is the agreement. What are your thoughts on that, Pilo? Take any money you can get?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've said to multiple people, I don't care if we were the Charmin toilet paper stadium. It wouldn't matter to me if whoever's writing the check. Somehow online that people are like, it's not going to be called the Rock anymore. I'm like, that's not the official name anyway. We're still going to call it the Rock. It's the Roberts Stadium part that is changing.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely still be Saturday at the Rock, not Saturday at the Renaissance. So just pump the brakes, people.
Yeah. And go get a.
But yeah, I think it's a great thing. I mean, when that law changed and IHL approved that, I knew it was just a matter of time. I did see something online where Troy was one of the first, I guess, group of fives to sell the little patch, space for more money, and so I'm sure that's probably coming. They're probably taking bids for that for different sports and. Anything, man, to get revenue into the program, you have to be creative, and so I'm all for it.
Same. Southern Miss baseball still has one more baseball camp coming up. It is a father-son camp, August 29th, K through 8th grade. You can go to usmbaseballcamps@gmail.com. Wonder where they came up with that. Or you can contact Braden Luke at bradenluke@usm.edu.
Not Braden Luke anymore, I don't think.
Oh, why not?
Well, Coach Oz said that he took a job. He took the
did he? Okay.
hitting job at Mississippi Gulf Coast.
That might have been one of those times where I froze up a little bit.
Yeah, I think you did. So congrats.
So don't do that. But you can still go to usmbaseballcamps@gmail.com.
For sure. So yeah, there are games this Saturday starting on the 29th. There's 7 games, including Memphis, Coach Huff versus UNLV. A little Dan Mullen action. That'll be
Who do
probably
you pull for in that one?
the refs. I don't know. I mean, I guess there are games being played on Disney Plus this year. That's awesome.
I don't understand the week 0.
I don't know.
Like when the season starts, They're like, it was week 0. I'm like, but I've been watching football. That's a relatively new term, I think. I don't know. Is that
I don't
How
know.
is it not at the beginning of the season? Just like the big games is when the actual season starts? Is that? I don't know. Whatever. It's weird. Like I said,
Yeah, it's
dude,
really-
I want a fall baseball season and a spring baseball season.
Yeah.
I want that. We do have games. We didn't ask Coach Oz about that. The hell were we thinking? We have a game in Biloxi versus Mississippi State in October.
Yeah.
Damn it,
What are we
Pila.
doing? What are we doing? You know,
I don't know.
I mean, I'm glad we're still alive. This is awesome.
Let's do some
This
shout
is
outs.
what this is what it's like, people.
Yeah. Let's do
I'm
some
gonna
shout
let you
outs.
go first on that.
Okay. Shout out segment. It's still, until we get another one, we'll just keep doing the same thing. Shout out segment of the show is brought to you by Art of Rue. Art of Rue is a locally owned and operated restaurant in Hattiesburg serving po' boys, gumbo, red beans, seafood plates, and more. Located at 208 North 38th Avenue and on the web at art-of-rue.com. Art of Rue, Cajun comfort food. So my shout outs, only have a couple really. Well, Kevin and Amy, they already called in. I saw them at Midtown Sounds, so maybe I'll give a shout out to Midtown Sounds.
Yeah, do that.
It was a
It's only
little concert.
100 110 degrees, but you know.
yeah, it was
Cheers.
not. Yeah, it was hot. But so when you start off kind of like back towards the trees, where the shade is.
Yeah.
And then as the sun kind of sets behind those trees, you move up so you get the long shadow. That's how you work it. But it's at this the Midtown Green,
Yeah, it's a great place.
which is a new little park. It's got kids rides and astroturfed area and I don't know, maybe a quarter-mile
Walking track.
track around the thing and a bunch of space. When they first wanted to put that there and it was all trees, we were riding by looking at it going like, that's going to be like so small. But once you take all that stuff out, it's a pretty big little area.
Oh,
and the
I
shell
love
that they
that
have.
place in the fall. Like
Yeah.
a cool day in the fall there is just awesome. All the shade and everything. It's great.
It was neat. Holly Marger and her band, the Hopeless Romantics, I think. And then Jacob Arnold and the Bird Dogs both played that day. Both are fantastic local artists, and I really enjoyed it. I'd like to give a happy birthday to the Wizard of Whiskey, Mr. Shane Lott. Happy birthday, buddy.
Today?
I'm wondering what Shane was thumping tonight. There's a he sent me a picture before of like his collection up in his office or wherever it is at his house, and it's like it looks like
It's
a liquor
impressive.
store. It's a lot.
Is that bourbon on front or is that Shane Lott's house?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But he could tell you about it. He could tell you, he'd be like, "Oh, this one was like on the
dude,
third floor on a barrel that had been like through the water or some shit." I don't know. So, yeah,
That was my favorite part. No offense of old school to the top talk is listening to Shane have a TED talk every episode about what he was
is
drinking.
so knowledgeable about that stuff. So anyway, very happy birthday to the Wizard
Yeah.
of Whiskey, Mr. Shane Lott, and that's all I got.
Well,
Do you have any? Are you gonna give another shout out to the guy at Art of Rude?
man, I have lived under a rock for the last like month and a half.
Under the Rock. You mean the
Under the-
Renaissance?
under the Renaissance. We had to change that. It's Saturday at the Renaissance. Yeah, no, I guess I don't have any shout outs officially, but happy birthday, Shane Lott. You're awesome.
Very good.
One of my favorite
hey.
neighbors of all time.
Thanks to my dad and to Kevin for proving that the call-in works. Right.
Hey, I want
And I
to shout
guess
out the
that's it,
Atlanta
yeah.
Braves for taking down the Dodgers, Los Doyers tonight. Man,
Ooh, I may or may not be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be there. I'm actually definitely gonna be there.
yeah,
My son just
Braves.
doesn't know about it yet. So
yeah. I was
son's gonna be
expecting
wearing
to
that Mookie Betts jersey, bro.
I was
let
expecting
you
to
know how
get
that goes.
sweeps, so we've already won one, so that's awesome.
Very good.
Oh, we did have a question from Paul Riley, 3089. Yeah, we would like to know that too. Not really sure. It's just a lot of speculation right now, but as soon as we know, we'll let you know.
Yep.
And
I
the
don't know.
attendance, I mean, I don't know. I would estimate,
Add another 2,000, maybe. Is that possible?
I would, yeah, I was thinking in the 2,500 range, maybe. Because what they do to the lounge, I don't know.
I think
I'm
I could
assuming-
get behind. I just don't want it to get too big to where you don't sell out before the season starts. I want that to still be a possibility.
7,500.
75 max? Like
Well,
uncomfortable?
no, I think
75?
you could get 8,000 in there. 7,500 maybe like capacity for season tickets.
So right now it's what, 43? I mean, listed capacity, and then we
Yeah,
sell like
but we had like
400
we had like
season tickets.
6,000 in there before.
Sure.
You know, for an Ole Miss game.
67, I think.
Yeah,
right
it was a
there.
lot. That game.
That was too
crazy.
many. That was too many.
It was too many.
I don't know. I wish we had a better answer for you. That's
Yeah,
another one of
that's
those
right,
questions we should have asked Oz. I don't think he would have known.
Yeah,
I really
and I don't. We didn't want to push too hard because
He's too.
of-
He's worried with throwing strikes and developing some off speed and all of that. But I think either way you look at it, I think it's going to be packed. So
Yeah.
I hope that it's a lot more, but I hope it's not too much to where you can't threaten a sellout before the season starts. I think.
Well,
that's-
and as soon as we know something about getting on the donation train too, we'll put that out. Because I'm sure there's people that have been waiting for those renderings. Now that they're here, they're
Yeah.
ready to write a check. So
Wife's almost home. The dogs are about to start barking, so let's go ahead and finish this thing out.
do it.
Below, this episode was brought to you by the Premium Light Beer Yingling, established in 2020 by the oldest brewery in America. Crisp, clean, refreshing taste, 95 calories, only 2.6 grams of carbs. Pick yourself up some Yingling Flight today, and that is it. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever you did, and whichever platform you chose to listen in on. Remember, you can follow me at Bumper J Bailey and Patrick at P Lowry, and follow us on all the social at To The Top Talk. Don't forget about the mailbag, to the top talk at gmail.com. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell somebody to the top today. And as always, Southern Miss.
to the top.
Talk.
That's all I could find.
Oh, good show. Enjoyed it.
Bye.